Hola,
Hola, buenas tardes.
buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes a todos. No sé si me
Buenas
veis y me
tardes a
oís
todos.
bien. ¿Me oís?
Todos. Yes, hi everyone.
Ok.
Hola.
Bueno, vamos a comenzar porque ya está nuestro ponente de esta tarde, Réal Wolfe. Lo primero, daros las gracias a todos por venir. Otros, un momentito, que creo que hay un problema con la cámara. Hola. Buenas tardes a todos, gracias por estar aquí.
Buenos. Hola, señor. Hola a todos.
Bueno, lo primero eso, agradeceros a todos que queráis participar esta tarde con nosotros. Vamos a hablar de los mercados, de los diferentes mercados canadienses y cómo funciona. Y para ello contamos con un experto en la materia como es Réal Wolfe, que lleva muchos años trabajando en diferentes puestos dentro del mercado canadiense, exportadoras, en estos momentos presidiendo el concurso Selección Mundial de Vinos. Entonces, os vamos a dar paso con él y este seminario va a ser en inglés, ¿vale?
Sí.
Dejaremos la grabación en YouTube en unos días para que podáis acceder las personas que habéis asistido al mismo. Y si tenéis cualquier duda, cualquier pregunta, en la parte inferior a la izquierda tenéis un chat. Las iremos contestando al final del webinar. Muchas gracias a todos por asistir y os dejo directamente con nuestro ponente. Muchas gracias por estar hoy con nosotros.
Yes. Hi everyone. I'm very happy to be with you. I'm living in Montreal, and the weather today is very nice, very sunny with a lot of snow. And we are trying to live with that situation, independently of the COVID, to be happy and open for the world. This is, I think, everyone in the world have the same feeling for now, and we have to be, I should say,
If you want, we can start. I
aims
can start
to
with the
see the future.
presentation.
First of all, I want to introduce myself. I used to work for many years. I don't want to say exactly the numbers, but over 30 years working in the wine business in Canada, mainly in Quebec market. I worked for the ACQ, for the Monopoly for 21 years. Worked for the enterprise, maybe you know, Global Wine Spirits, and it was the first time, the first B2B launch with the SAQ in 2000, and after that I was for the 15 years importer as agent working in the market. I was also traveling over the world when I did start the wine contest Sélections Mondiales in the 90s. And with this, I should say, I have experience all over the market, international market, overview about the producer, the consumer, marketing tools, and everything. That's the my background. And in life, sometimes we have to see what's new opportunities. And just to be clear with you, we in last November 2019, I take the control of the Sélections Mondiales wine contest. That event was created by when I worked with the SAQ at that time in 90s, and I really want to bring back this contest. Was in Quebec, to be in Montreal for the future. Doing that in this year in 2019 was in 2020 was not very easy, but we succeed and we're very happy about the result. And we will talk later about the importance of wine contest, notoriety, and visibility. If I'm going now on the main thing about our presentation about Canada market. The market, it's always for European people, for people looking for people like wine and market, I should say, nature about wine appreciation in the world. Canada is it's of course one very important market, and for the last I should say 15 years, the consumption of wine was very always grow. grow not only in quantity, also in quality. And because I should say, if looking the Canada market, for me, when I talk about that, mainly always talking about three most important regions, and they are those regions that are really the
Sorry, we have with the microphone. If you can select it again, real.
yeah, it's okay. You have that
Okay.
now.
Yes,
Okay.
it's okay. Sorry.
Means you miss on my presentation, or you
No, no, no. Only some seconds.
okay, that's good. Okay, that I just say, Canada market. People are thinking about Canada market. They have the images country, very large, very important in North America. But the real thing about wine is really focused on three part of Canada. I just said before, Quebec, Ontario, and British Columbia. But over that, Canada, it's 10 provinces with two territories. It's a very important country for the wine business. Nine provinces are under monopoly, like a long time. 100 years ago, for the Quebec market, Quebec Monopoly, the SAQ, the Société des Alcools, was created in 1921. And this creation was related about the control of the alcohol and the problem with the alcohol at that time. And this was influenced by the creation of Norway and Sweden, this model of monopoly, and they established in Quebec mainly, and after that all over Canada for 10 provinces. Today, only one has monopoly, and one other provinces as a kind of a mix. It's Alberta. It's a private market, but to introduce wine, you have to pass by a system, a logistic system. It's called connected logistic, and it's the way to promote the wine there. But after that, all the or importer, they are free to sell, find the consumer through that system. Evolution about the market in Canada, about monopoly. A lot of people are asking always, what is the situation, how it will grow in the future, about money will stay or will not stay. I should say for now, situation, and for a long time, I should say, monopoly is a very interesting way for the government to get taxes and paying all the services for the community, for the hospital, and like this. Is no, not really a big question about the disparition of the monopoly for Quebec or Ontario, but the things we can see is the evolution of monopoly with private activities. For example, in Alberta, in
Recording has stopped.
Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Colombia, we can see now both system monopoly working with the government, and also they give those provinces some access at private company to be sellers also under their control. This is, I should say, the way it will go in the future for the mainly for the Quebec and for Ontario. Stay in that direction as a strict monopoly, only one importer. As maybe you know, or if you don't know, we have also in Quebec, all the wines import by bottle are sold through the SAQ. Okay, it's okay.
It's okay.
And you can also find all the wines sell in the alimentation store are normally law has to be imported in bulk and sell to those outlets for the alimentation store, convenience store in the Quebec market. About this is the evolution. We can see that if you're looking to find a way to find importers, you have to have this in your view, because the thing will move in that direction. But mainly, again, though, those three important markets to target, it's really Quebec, Ontario, and British Columbia. About the consumption of the wine in Canada, this is a very important the evolution. I said before. Today, of all over the average for Canadian market, it's 14 liters of wine per year per habitant. This is the average. It's very important and different from all over America, because the United States low about that. We are really the first country consumer wine about Canada. If you're looking about Quebec market, this is very important, and give also a touch about the interest with the producer, especially from Spain. They always targeting first Quebec, because Quebec it's as you know French origin, and this is always a country, province more open for the wine, and the consumption is 23 liters per capita. This is important. It's near of the people from Netherlands, and also this consumption is not only based on entry level wine, but more like mid entry level wine quality all over, and also open for different wines from different countries. Have any questions about this, about Canada? Everything was clear for you. No question about the market now. It's okay. Okay. About the Canadian market, I just said before, the most important one in Canada by population about the Canadian market, wine and alcohol. Its first one is Ontario, because it is the most the population is the most important there. This is the first one, and after that we are 8 million. They are 12 million somewhere in Ontario, and the last one is the third market. It's the British Columbia. Those markets are very different in the way to about the consumption of wine. We will see that after on different presentation. Yeah, the evolution of the wine, crecimiento del mercado del vino en Canada. It's like you see the percentage. The evolution of sales is almost important. The first mercado in volume it's Quebec. After that Ontario, and after that the British Columbia with 10.9% for the wine market about Canada. If we go deeper in the market about the vinos, the different type of the wine. So wine, red wine. The first market, it's Quebec with 8.5%. Ontario is second about the volume. Always it's 11.3 with a percentage of this, and the third one is British Columbia with 11.2. We can see also the information about the Rosado. Quebec is 13%, first one over Canada. The evolution it's important, and the second one is Ontario with 14% of growth, and the most important one is very recent also. This is the British Columbia with 22.9% of growth. About the Vino Blanco, white wines, Canada, it's Quebec, it's the first with the volume, and the evolution, it's the growth, it's 14.6%. After that, Ontario, BC, and the wine is sparkling wines. Also, it's a good growth. Also, Ontario is the first one. A little bit different here about the consumption, as you see. Espumoso, it was sparkling wine. It's more important in Ontario, and it's also important in grow in BC. The growth of the in Quebec is less because we had a big volume in the past, and now the growth is less important than in the past. If you're looking about the growth of the sales of vino by
Recording
country,
is on.
the first country, the first sales, the wine, the first country, it's Canada because this it means the by the law, it's also two wine production as Niagara on the Lake and British Columbia, but also include the wine we call wine elaborate in Canada. That's why the volume is there, but this is because that's bring a lot of country blended and sells over Canada elaborate wine. This is something it's moving also a little bit, but plus the national production that give on the wine selling over Canada designation. It's first. The second one it's the French, France. France, it's a really very important market in Quebec. The growth is the 6.7% of growth, mainly Quebec, Ontario a little bit, and less in the British Columbia or other part of Canada. The importance of hello, Laura, everything is okay?
Yes, it's okay. Please, if you can close your microphone because someone has entered now and the microphone is open. That's the problem. That's all. Sorry.
The microphone. What do you mean the microphone?
C'est pas votre problème. C'est quelqu'un qui est entré avec les microphones qui étaient ouverts. C'est ça. Mais vous pouvez continuer. C'est déjà solutionné, je pense.
It's okay now?
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. You can continue.
Okay, I continue.
I will close the other sounds.
Okay, that's good. Sorry. I just say about the sales of the wines in Canada. I just say France is very important, mainly in Quebec and in the other provinces, but very important in Quebec. Same thing for Italy. This is the second big sellers in our market, and also wines from USA and Australia, but more popular in those provinces in uh, English provinces mainly, especially. And Spain is the fifth country producer selling more wine in Canada, and the growth is very important, as you saw, 11.8. Spain was for the last 5 to 7 years a contributor who gained a lot of part of the market, and the perception of the consumer always rated Spanish wine as a very good quality ratio wines. Okay, if you're going further about the wines, Spanish wine in Canada, the first provinces has the most success, and you are fourth in the market as a wine country. But the first market for is Quebec provinces. After that, it's Ontario, who representing the eighth positioning in the wine country in Ontario. And in British Columbia, you have the position of the fourth in the offer of the wine coming in that provinces in British Columbia. Wine in Spanish per provinces. That's the over Quebec. Your share it's the growth, the growth, it's 10.9%. Ontario representing now a new potential for you, and in the growth it's interesting. It's not 19.1%, and British Columbia it's 4.7. If we're looking the vino by Vino Tinto, all over Canada, it's really the most popular. It's related about the habits of the people, food pairing. People are uh, drinking more wine, red wine in the past, and it's continued. But I think it's moving now. It's really the trend about the Vino Blanco, very very popular. The new consumer bring they're changing a little bit their habits about this phenomenon coming from food pairing also, the gastronomy, meals, and also influence of the different cuisine from the world, spice eating, like the different things. It's like the white wine was more like aperitif wine before the meal, and red wine was more serious for the meal. Now I should say the things are moving, and the ACQ really always, I mean, for Quebec, and it's true also maybe different level for Ontario, British Columbia, more white wine destination, because the impact of the Asian people is very important, and I should say, prefer white wines, maybe a little bit sweeter also. But this trend is very important in the moment. The SAQ, I just said before, is looking really to have the looking for new wine entries. For the sparkling wines, the growth is very important in British Columbia. As I said before, we had different waves here of an entry of a lot of cava, a lot of prosecco, and also crément from France, and other sparkling from California. The growth in Quebec, it's less now, because it's more mature thing. The things we can see what it will be the other new product come. The rosé sparkling is coming also more and more popular also. If we're looking in Quebec, partly for Spanish wine, this is very important to see. It's over than 2,000 SKU. The SAQ is working mainly and yearly around 14,000 SKU. 2,000 are, I should say, as we call other specialty. And when we are talking at 14,000, it's a rolling SKU during the year. We can say 80% of those SKU as a specialty will be ordered one time, or one time 0.2 or something like this, on 18 months. This is the rolling system. The most important region from Spain are the one I just in the presentation, as we call the way it's made, the region of Mediterranee, Valley del Ebro, Valley del Duero, and other regions different. The appellation mass very well known in our market since long time. The first appellation is coming always when you are talking about Spanish wine. It's of course Rioja. We can see new more and more about Ribera del Duero, Castilla y León, with the red for Ribera del Duero. Also Rueda, since for the last 3 years, a lot of wines from Rueda as a white with the Verdejo enter in the market. This is related with the trend we just speak about later. This is a way, and this is very new for Spain to get more volume in white than in the past was more red, related with Rioja. We also saw a big interest now about cava. Cava is known. Cava is organized as a sparkling, especially for Spain and from Region Penedès. This is very interesting. A new region like Rioja Black Sass and others, Ibierso, are coming in the market and taking place as the uh, the new wines in the market. This is the thing I the Canada market, the Spanish wine presentation. At that step, do you have any question about that? We can eventually give you some response. If not, I will go further on the importance how to get the market, how it's important to get the importers and the way to introduce the market mainly. Hello.
Hola, si tenéis cualquier pregunta podéis hacerla tanto abriendo el micrófono como a través del chat.
Laurent, you have any question yourself also to helping your...
Wait, I have seen that there are some questions.
Yeah.
Okay, no question from Manuela. Okay, not for the moment. I think it's good. We can explain more about the size of bottles or the kind of packagings that are more consumed at the Canadian market.
You're there,
Yeah.
Laurent? Are you there?
Yes. Yes. You can hear me or not?
Laurent.
Hola. Hello. You can hear me?
Sorry. Are you there, Laurent?
I can hear you both.
Yes.
I can hear you, Laura.
Okay, then thank you. I think that maybe you have a problem with the sound or something like that. Wait, I will see. Creo que ha desaparecido Réal Wolfe en un momento. Vamos a ver si puede reconectar. Un segundo, disculpad.
Hello. Hello, Laurent.
Hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm back.
Okay, don't worry. It's not a problem.
Yeah. Okay. I will continue. We will on the way to talk about the market and how to eventually enter in the market.
Okay.
As I said before, I will talk more now about Quebec, Ontario. It's almost the same. British Columbia a little different, but to enter wine or to find a way to enter wine, the most important thing now, it was always like that, but I should say, the competition is very tough. Over the world wants to get that market, and the share are really difficult to have access. And the monopoly with, I just say, for example, Quebec with 14,000 wines offer, you have to move and replace, and that's the way it's worked. The first thing to get the market is really find a good importer, agent, because they are very important to find a way to get in the market. Today, those agents I should say two type very important. The one are working with the SAQ through SAQ, and they are working also with some directly with producer doing private importation through the SAQ. if you have a possibility to get be in contact with with importer, as we call agent here in Quebec, because the only one importers, it's the ACQ. In the common word, people saying importers as signification, as the same thing as
No sound.
We have no sound. Yes, I would say, wait, only a minute.
okay.
Are you
It's
there?
back.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Sorry.
so sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, myself too. I just say, yeah, the I'm talking about Association of Importers. It's called A3, and they regroup 65 of the most important one agency. This is those agencies are working mainly with the monopoly, representing the wines from the SAQ, are also doing private importation for their clients, for the restaurant and HoReCa sector, and also for the private client. This is the situation. We have also another association or with other type of agent working mainly more only on private importation through also the SAQ, but mainly directed with and some private clients. With the pandemic situation, as for the last of March, all the market changed a little bit, and the new, I should say, the new trend will be, because when you cannot sell the your wine through the HoReCa and restaurant because they are closed, they have to find another way to promote, not only through the ACQ, but through the more with the private clientele they can find, and making the importation of private wines to them. That will be in the future a way, and the ACQ in that will have to eventually move on and give more access wine. They are talking eventually to put all the private importation wines, importation made by some agent for specific restaurants or for clientele and private clientele, put that on the website of the SAQ to eventually be available for all the buyers, because they want to get this accessibility to the clients, mainly private one. This is will change the businesses anyway. And yeah, but if you want to enter wines, example for Quebec, to be very strict on that, if you to start, you need to find an importers. Can be, as I said, mentioned, the one who's working with the secure already. He had a portfolio he had to manage and working with the eventually private importation, or find another type, like people are working one on the private importation, and they will distribute your clients. The advantages of one of them it's the volume and the notoriety, because selling with a guy is working on private importation, it will be, as you can understand, less volume and less people know your wines, and will be more closer to this agent with his network. If you are working more with somebody, agent working with the SAQ, this eventually the wine will be the outlets of the SAQ, and will receive more visibility, more notoriety, and the press will know your wines maybe more, and you can build your presence in the market and developing your wines in the market. This is the way it's important. And the main question is now how you can find this importer and how you can interest them to take your to promote. And today, the many ways it's really the thing as to you have to prepare your presentation, prepare your visibility, and really trying to showing something will be different than give an opportunity to them to select you and try and accept to work with you. Because again, the market is very competitive. A lot of wines are there, a lot of people, and for the Spanish producer, it's the same thing. You have to find a way, and the best thing, as you know more than me, is how you can be different if you're doing a wine from on their AOP regions, and the wine will be different, will be your personality, your signature as a wine, and also your notoriety, visibility, and in that way, the tool is people using more and more. It's a wine guide or wine contest to be sure. With the new vintage, you get notoriety, you get a distinctive presentation. Should something interest the buyers, the agents to work make proposal. One of the trends we talk about, for example, it was we talk about the red wines, but the other trends now, like everywhere in the world, organic wines are more and more popular. This is another thing. It could be interesting when you depends on your production. People in the market, I mean, importers or agents, and they are always focusing on what's the what the SAQ want. Today, if you're looking the three things they're looking for, it's really organic wines, different category, different price, different level. They are looking also for the white ones, as I said before, and if not, some very specific product differently recognized as something very exceptional for the region, because they have to make the way to be different, to be selected, to get the market. And this is the way it's work, and the way to enter in the market through a secure or private importation. It's the way you have to show your differences, you have to find the importers and get a good communication in a way to go in the market. Any question about that? I just want to know if somebody are already in the market in Quebec or in Canada, or you're looking for. Laura?
I have seen that we have one question from Lucia Arias.
Yeah.
Could it be possible that the winery has two or more agents in the same province wines?
Yeah, depends, because sometimes depends of your product, of your relation. Normally, when you're working with, we can find some agent are national. They can take you and make the presentation of your wine all over Canada. We can find in the market maybe 10 to 15 big importers who, when they decide to working with you, they can support you on every provinces. It depends of this. If not, you normally for the, I should say, the medium-sized producer, it's really two strategies. Some are preferring to have the right person in the right market. That means you have an agent well known for, I don't know, for the contact he got in with the Spanish market, for example. Different for Ontario, and could be different for British Columbia. Now means the producer has to manage three different agents in each provinces. This is depends of the profile of the winery, profile of the wines, and but those two way can work, of course. But the real situation, the main one agency will work wines producer, depends, are very high level, but normally for the medium size or little producer, they are always looking to have people on each market, or I think it's also possible in between like Quebec and Ontario, two provinces are very close. They can find they have an agent in Quebec, and they find another one as a sub agent working with them to promote the wine in Ontario. But depends of the market, depend of the contact with the producer.
Laura, may I make a point here?
Yeah.
Yes.
For those no one know who I am, I'm actually in Ontario myself. I am an agent myself.
Okay.
I interpreted that question a little bit differently. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I thought maybe the answer of the question was about, can you have multiple wines in the market? You can have multiple wines in the markets. Have is two different agents working the same wine.
Yeah, you're right.
Cannot be the same label. If you have two different labels, three different labels, you can have multiple agents, but they
depends.
cannot work the same label.
Yeah, if you have three labels coming from the same producer by the same wine, is okay. If you were working for Quebec, for example, as with one producer, and you have on with that producer three different wines coming, three different cuvées, is not. But you cannot three brands from the same producer in the same market. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, because producer can have different cuvée and different cuvée in different provinces also. But if they cannot sell under their brand different cuvée of the same wine, in one producer is recognized as producer, and he got an agent, he has to work with only wine. If you have other product, other vineyards, you can have different agent working with, but not on the same wine, on the same producer.
And I might add that in our cases, and I'm sure it's the same in the SAQ.
Yeah.
The letter of authorization. So that is kind of a
exactly
non-legal contract that you provide to your agent that tells the monopoly, whether it's SAQ, LCBO, BD, LCB,
yeah,
that you have appointed this person, me for example,
exactly,
as your agent to represent these wines. It could be your whole portfolio.
Yeah.
It could be one specific brand within your portfolio.
Exactly.
But you will provide that to the when they start to work with the LCBO or the SAQ, will submit that so that you are registered. When you become a vendor, you become registered under that agent. To make a change is quite simple, depending on what agreement you have with your agent.
Sometimes it's not so easy, but yeah.
Most of us are actually very open to answering any questions. I am open to answering any questions for anybody, anytime, for me personally. If I can help.
The thing you have wine listed at the SAQ or ACBO. I mean, for Quebec, for sure, you cannot have the same wine in private importation. If you start with private importation and the SAQ decide to list it as a product for specialty or regular product at the SAQ, this brand cannot be used anyway anytime after that for private importation. You have to make another cuvée or another brand to continue with that not the same at the same time, cannot be on the same in the store the SAQ or in private importation for the same wine, I should say.
Agreed. Same here.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions about
Thank you.
For the producer?
¿Hay alguna pregunta más que queráis hacer?
Maybe I want to add something about the Sélections Mondiales wine contest. This wine contest is very important for North America. We have today this year presentation of 2,000 160 wines from 30 countries. And the thing we have done, very important, I should say, to get to be close to the market, the SAQ, because this contest, it's a way for a producer to get notoriety worldwide as a wine contest, but also to get a recognition about wine contest in Canada. We work more and more to show the result to the monopolies also. We every information press release are sent now to the people who are buying wine in Ontario, British, and all over Canada. And we make some invitation for 2020, but with the question that nobody can be there as a judge, but it's in the process for 2021. And the thing is, I just starting to say about the link with the contest and the SAQ, because this contest was created in 90s by the SAQ, and they stopped to doing that contest in because they say where they define this as no way for the monopoly to have its own contest, but they recognize the value of the contest. And because I took the enterprise now since last November, I'm the new owner of that contest. I really want to get relation with the SAQ related about the wines and create some stimulation for the producer or entering wines with the top wines. It's for the top. We create the top 50 higher notes, the top wines from the contest, top 50, and we're asking the SAQ to have a look on that and asking them to select 25 of those top 50 wines, top wines, the contest to have an free access to the catalog, to be tasted by the team of acquisition there, and select to enter in the market as a gold medal. On the top 50 wines we have this year, 50 wines got a great gold medal, means notes up 92 points. This is very important. And with these 50 wines, now the SAQ will communicate with us in the next week the result of their selection, and all will access free about the catalog is $250 for this access, and the SAQ will analyze the wines again, and they will if they're interested, they will enter the wine to make a stimulation and make promotion eventually on the website about the link of this great gold medals, 92 points and more. This is a way really to get an interaction monopoly, and also related with the as we called before, the importer, the agent, and the support of the agent, the A3, was very important, and it's also a way to bring new wines, new producer eventually. If you're looking this 2020 edition, we receive, for example, 72 wines from Moldova, from 50 wines from Armenia, different country. And on the top gold medal, we got some medals from Moldova, from Armenia, from other countries. It was really very challenging and bring, I should say, new wines, new animation in the market. And it's the way to enter. And again, I really believe the Sélections Mondiales and the wine contest can be a way to promote your wines internationally on your markets, and also a way to find importers if you got success, gold medal, to make the things to developing contact and eventually bring volume as a private importation or for to entering wines in monopoly. Any question about the contest?
Yes, we have one question about the contest. And Ramona say to participate into the contest, the wine needs to be into the market already, or
No.
it will be okay.
No. This contest, it's always over. It's available for all producer over the world, and it's also not in the market. It could be for the one in the market. It's open. It's not. There's no restriction for that. The main when you are talking about wine contest, you have two or three main reasons to take part. First one, if you have a producer already in the market, well known, this is a way to bring a refresh on your notoriety if you got gold medal or is very important to do that. If you have a new wines you want to enter and believe you are there, but you have new vintage, you have a new parcel or new cuvée, this is also a good way to bring back notoriety on your brand, but also as a new product. If you are not in the market and you want to bring notoriety on your wines and you want to find a way to, just as I just said, to find importers, this is a good way to use that recognition to find. Because I sent to you, Laura, the news about all the Spanish wine result of 2020. If you can, if possible for you, Laura, to send that to your auditor today, you will see the result of the producer there from Spain. You will see at the end of that a link. If you're looking for importers, you have a link about the and you have a form you can complete to send to the A3. If you're looking for importers, they can be a solution for you about that. For me, wine contest it's a key to working on recognition, visibility, and notoriety today all over the world, and eventually focus on this market. Market more and more to get some positive notes, reaction, and you can use that after that. And for now, I will finish on this. Because when you are doing contests, we have three phases. The one is prospection, finding people, bring the producer from all the world, and get really a nice competition. This is that's we did, independently of the pandemic situation. That was the tasting was not so easy because we have to report because the COVID and the red zone, we have managed that, but by chance we did it. This is one thing, and now we are in the process about the diffusion, the third part. That's we did since the result the end of November. We sent all the information about the top. That we send all the result over the world for all the winners of the great gold medal, and silver, and we did also the special presentation per country. And now the last thing we do, it's how the people wants to get visibility to use that to developing, and that's we are in the period to offering licenses to get the rights of your result. Like if you got a gold, the licensing to reproduce your printed roll directly in your market, or if you have a little quantity or different, you can also buy printed rolls coming from printed in Montreal and send all over the world to the producer. Winners, they can put on their bottles the stickers of or their gold medals or great gold medals. This is the thing about Sélections Mondiales. The next edition will be in place in, I should say before, in Montreal, because in the past it was done in Quebec City. I really think it's important to bring back in Montreal. Montreal, it's I should say more important city. I hope in September everything will be fine about the tasting and the way to live normally. And the date will be the 14th to the 20th. September 2021. It will be at the famous Institute of Hôtellerie and Tourism this is the new home of Sélections Mondiales. Any question?
Okay. Any question? ¿Alguna pregunta más? No?
Laura, I'm happy to answer any questions anybody might have about this specific market too.
Do you have any question? ¿Tenéis alguna pregunta? También podemos preguntar sobre Ontario, que tenemos a Dan. We have also Dan Barrett from Ontario who can answer some questions. The specific market of Ontario. No? I think that we have no more questions. Oh, that's great. You have a very good explanation because all the people has understand all about the Canadian market.
Yeah.
I have
if the people
question.
have they can also you can send my information, my email, and my phone number.
Yes.
If you want.
Yes, of course.
I'm really with my experience of 15 years as agent working with the monopoly, and I can help the people if they have some they need some tricks to find a way to get. I just say this is not easy. We have to be patient. But this market is a value, and the thing is important. If I finish, the future will change because this pandemic situation will have an impact on the way to make to selling the wines, and I'm sure the SAQ will have. And maybe in Ontario, I don't know, but for Quebec, I'm sure they are looking to review the way to selling through participation more and more the agent as the client in private the offer, because we can see now every week receiving every day receiving some news offering from wine agent and porter as when they do the private quotation to their clients. Means every enterprise now has to build their network of private clients, not only selling to the outlet of SAQ, but selling more and more in direct. And this is very good for, I should say, specialty products. The quantity is different, and it's a way. And if they have success, of course, the SAQ will introduce the wine eventually in the market as a specialty. That's the new trend, and we have to be focused on that for the next when the situation will change. I think it will be a way, because we saw the movement on that direction in our market.
Question. Do you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Alta. I'm from Marquesa Murieta in Rioja.
Yes.
And I've got a question, because we are in most of the states in Canada with different agents, importers.
Yeah.
And my question is about the price, the final price that we find in the monopolies. How much do the consumers and the different monopolies look at the prices of other states? Because we have some discrepancies between a state and another with the same wines because of the different legislation, commissions, etc. Is that an issue, or is that okay?
Yeah, I should say the things you're mentioning was very important. I should say more in the past, especially between Ontario and Quebec. I heard an interview with the president of the SAQ last week on the TV, and the people asking was saying, why is the difference? And she said, now the Quebec market was than before compared to the LCBO, and now they have more equilibrated the price, because the I should say, in a way, the politics really don't understand why it was so different. And now every time when you're proposing wines at the SAQ or in Ontario, everyone is comparing the price. And if some they are there again, it was because the history, but more and more in the future, will be almost similar independently of Alberta it's different because it's a private thing. This is another way, but for I should say mainly the most important market, British Columbia, Ontario, and Quebec. The trend is really to more and more similar price, and if you have to be different only on the specialty wines, very high level, low quantities, something where the location is not very big. That will be maybe the difference, but mainly the price will be more and more. I should say for the wine are selling in the monopoly more and more similar.
Okay, thank you very much.
Arthur, okay. if I might ring in myself since I'm in Ontario, I agree 100%. I mean, you're offering the same wine at the same price. The euro is at the same level, although in Ontario, the LCBO averages out the euro for the month, so they change it once a month, basically. So they pick an average, but some of it can come down to your specific agent. Some agents are I've seen some stuff come through to me that they want 20 plus or 25% markup, including margins and A and B spend, which is pretty high.
It's very high.
I think, in my opinion, I think you need to ask those tough questions to your agents. Why is your price $15 when in the SAQ sell it for $12, or vice versa? You know, I think, as Will said, they will eventually come close, and each monopoly looks at the other. They are always aware. Like here, they don't want the SAQ selling something less expensive, and vice versa.
Yeah, so it's true. In the past, between Ontario was related about the Ontario was selling more spirit and the margin was less on the wine, and the SAQ it's the inverse. Now, the SAQ 2 years ago really trying to get going down the price to be more and more closer and depending of that situation, because especially when you are in Quebec, near in it's close. There's one bridge to Ottawa. You can understand the wine was $3 more because the all government organization, and it was not the reason for that. Now everything is more clear and more control, and the SAQ is very proud to say we're controlling all the price. And when I was agent proposing wines, I've also to be sure I control the price. I want to offer the wines to the SAQ.
Okay.
Of proximity too, as well, Arthur, because Montreal and Ottawa are close. Toronto is five hour drive to Montreal.
Are you there?
So consumers don't have the opportunity to compare prices as much unless they happen to travel to Montreal, or if they're in Ottawa and go across. So sometimes that will play in as well.
Thanks very much for the very consistent.
Welcome. My pleasure.
Any question? ¿Alguna pregunta más? ¿Alguna pregunta? Yes?
Are you there?
Real, you can hear us?
Maybe lost him. I would actually, Laura, if I could quickly say, you're welcome to pass email. You have my email and contact information.
Yes.
Inevitably, somebody will have a question when we finish because they'll think of something.
Yes, it's okay.
So I'm happy to answer by phone, email, whatever.
Okay, Dan. If you want, you can give your email. But as always, we will have these days. We will give you our email to your question, and we will give this question to the expertise in this market, Dan Barrett and Réal Wolfe. ¿Sí? ¿Me oís todos?
Sí, perfecto.
No sé si Réal se nos ha caído.
No.
Sí, te escuchamos perfectamente, Laura.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Comentaba un segundo. Quería comentaros, como siempre hemos hecho, como ya he explicado, estos días podéis enviarnos vuestras preguntas y se las trasladaremos a los expertos que han estado hoy con nosotros. Cualquier duda que os surja sobre estos mercados, por supuesto, se las vamos a trasladar y también os ayudaremos por nuestra parte todo lo que podamos.
Muy bien. Hasta pronto todos. If you need something, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm there to helping you.
Thank you so much, Réal. Thank you so much, Dan. It's always a pleasure to be with you too. It's always a pleasure to talk about the wine with you and have your opinion. And thank you very much, because you have given us a very good point of view of the Canadian market. Muchas gracias a todos los que habéis asistido hoy a nuestro webinar. Es un placer, como siempre. Todas las preguntas, como os decía, estos días os las responderemos, y además os queríamos dejar un código de descuento por si queréis apuntaros a nuestra plataforma. Por haber asistido a este webinar tenéis un 15% de descuento que os dejamos ahora mismo en pantalla. Que os surja tanto sobre el mercado canadiense como sobre nuestra plataforma, podéis escribirnos a nuestro correo y estaremos encantados de atenderos. Muchas gracias a todos.
Muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much.
Hasta pronto.
Sí.
Cuidado,
Hasta pronto.
señor. A todos.
Gracias.
Chao.
Gracias, hasta luego.